Hello. How is everyone? Let me just make sure I'm in the right place here. Um, all right. So happy Wednesday. It's over the hump day. My name is Terry Phelps and I live in Minnesota, United States. And I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And welcome to my craft room. Every Wednesday, if you've never watched me before, at 8 o'clock, I try to go live and demonstrate a fun fold or a bundle or something new to share. So, I have a mutt, Leo, that often interrupts my lives. So I am keeping my fingers crossed that he keeps quiet tonight. Um, and if you are watching after I'm live, leave me a comment and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see. If I don't see your comments, a lot of times I don't see them while I'm live, so I'll try to answer them when I get done. But tonight, I'm going to share with you the Bistro Burger Bundle. That's hard to say. And so, and a fun fold that's a 3-panel fold. Very simple card, but it's a perfect card for this. Hi, Jen. I'm so excited to have you here. And yeah, so I'm going to do that bundle and a fun fold. And you can use it for Father's Day, which is how I made my card, but actually you can use it for anything. If you have a barbecue coming up and it's an invite, you can just do it for guys that just are the, barbecue grill master in your house for birthdays or whatever. So let me go down to my desktop and share with you some stuff I've made. Here we go. So if you know, a swap is when demonstrators switch or show like an example of cards for new products whenever we have catalog launches. And so you guys have seen this card layout before, but I got all done. I just had 21 cards to make this time. So this is, I used actually all of the designer series paper in this. So I had to make one just for myself to keep. I like to have samples on hand, and so this is how it looks. But it's just another example of how fun designer series paper can just do so much for a card, right? So these are basically the same cards. It's just that I used that paper instead because I'm all out of it now. But I thought I'd just share that. That's fun. That was one of the lives I did a while back. So I got those finished. I'm super excited about that. So let me share. This is the bundle that we're going to go with tonight. And it's super cute. It got, well, actually I have the products here. This is the stamp set. And so I think it's kind of cute. I love the burger, especially when it's all colored. It's awesome. It's pretty realistic looking, I think. So this is it's time to celebrate. Here's to a great guy. You're kind of a big deal. I like that. And happy Father's Day. And then it has a matching die set, and I've got all the dies pretty much out. But this is what you have. You have your French fries in your tray, and your burger, your flames, a little chili pepper, a knife, some olives, a stick, a toothpick or whatever, and little flags. So it's really a cute set. So we're going to play with this tonight. Some of the other things, oh, and I also wanted to show you, because some of the techniques that I'm using tonight are shown in our new catalog. And if you haven't really looked at the catalog, there is so many ideas and information in here about different techniques and different ways to use the products and stuff. So this is about watercolor techniques. And so with watercolor pencils, now I used, this is the second assortment we have. And so you have these colors. And then this is how I store mine. But this is another assortment we have. This one, to be honest, it has been changed because some of the colors in it have left us. So I'm actually going to order the new second set. But yeah, so these are awesome watercolors. So those are listed here for the numbers. And then I also use blender pens, and this page walks you through how to use blender pens in both pencils. You can use it with pastels, which are our chalks and stuff. And this is how I store my chalks so that they don't get broke. So, and this is the blender pens, and I'm sure I've showed you these before, but they're clear, and that's what they do, is just totally blend. So it's awesome. They're an awesome tool. So I'd highly recommend, if you don't have them, to get those. So you can find the watercolors and the blender pens and the pastels, for that matter, all on page 118. So I just wanted to show you where you could find those. And let's see, what else am I going to use tonight? I'm going to use my blender pens. And pretty much, I'm just using some of our linen thread. I'm using our Bright and Beautiful 6x6 paper, and that is being carried over. Yes. Oh, I know, Jen. I find something constantly in that catalog. And if you'll notice, Jen, that they have like card layouts in the catalog as well. I was gonna show you that. So on page 22, these are all ideas for different layouts for cards. And so this is like examples of, if you look at these cards, you'll see that they are one of the layouts. So that's pretty sweet. So there's so much information now in this catalog. It's kind of cool. Whoops, my thing fell. Yeah, so I just used just a little tiny bit of this paper, and then this paper is awesome. I love wood grain papers. So this is the Country Woods 12 by 12, and it is, I just pull out each one just so I could show them to you. So these are the woods. And let's see. It's so cool though. I am always excited when they have wood grained papers, because, you know, and they're so realistic too. It's like when you use them, it's just super cool. It adds a lot to your cards or your scrapbook page or whatever it is that you're using. This one I'm using for my knife handle in our card tonight. And then this one I love this. It just looks like it's just, you know, old wood that's been chipping away. I just think that's so cool. Here's another one. So I think there's 6 designs and you get two of each sheet. I love this one too. Ah, nummy, nummy, nummy. So that's the paper that I'm going to use tonight too. So do you guys want to see the card we're going to make? This is it. And then we open it up and it says, time to celebrate, happy Father's Day. And it's like, you're kind of a big deal. So isn't that cool? And so then when it's sitting up, it looks like this. Now this card layout is very simple, right? You could use it this way too. And originally I was going to do that, but you know, my little tray is too wide, so we went this way. And in the initial like card layout, this is not, I added this because I am going this direction and I wanted it to look nice. Otherwise this would be the actual card is just a plain white cardstock. So that just adds another dimension too. So you still have enough room to write, you know, but it looks nice when it's open. So this is what we're going to make tonight. So, and I'm going to, and one of the reasons I wanted to do the pencils is I think that not that many people use color pencils. So I just wanted to show you how easy it is. And you don't need water. That's where the blending pen comes in. So let's get going here. So the front panel, let's see, first I should do the card base. And I chose the misty blue. I don't know why, I just thought it was a nice color for a man. So I use that as my background. So the card base is going to be 11 by 4 1/4. So that's basically just right down the middle. And so we'll do that. And then we're going to score it at 4 and at 6 3/4. So I'm just going to push this over here. All right, so we're going to go to 4 1/4. And there we go. And then we're going to score it at 4 inches. And 6 3/4. I got to put my little arm out. I got so much stuff in the way here. My world, I tell ya. So 6 3/4, is that what I said? Yep. All right, so we're gonna go 6 3/4. All right, that's our card base. Easy peasy, right? All right, and so then we're gonna have, we're gonna cut our panels. So in this 4 by 3 3/4, that is actually this. And so you could use just a plain piece of cardstock, right? I chose to use designer series paper instead. And then this is the middle panel, and that will be 4 2 1/2. And then this is the bottom panel, and this would be 4 by 4. And again, I added this to the card. So I'm only going to need to cut actually the middle panel and the bottom panel because I'm going to use the designer series paper to do the top. So my middle panel is 4 inches by 2.5. I might as well just cut it all the way down. So 2.5. And then my next one, my bottom panel, is going to be 4 by 4. All right. So those are our 2 panels. Whoops. And then let's see. I can put this back. I don't need this out anymore. And then we're going to cut out of the designer series paper. Now I'm going to do my front panel. That's that top piece. Instead of the white cardstock, I'm going to use designer series paper. So let's see. I'm pretty sure this is 4 inches. Yes, it is. All right. So I'm going to start from the bottom. Oh, I swear. What a thing. Okay, we're at 4 inches here. And then I'm going to do 4 and 3 3/4. And then I'm going to do, and that's, oh, and then my bottom panel, I'm going to do for this piece here, I'm going to do 4 by 1.5. Perfect. We got those 2 pieces. So for that, I think we are done cutting everything. All right, so let me bring our pieces back in here. Stick those like right here. I don't know if it's helpful for anybody. All right, so I'm going to do our stamping at first here. So I'm going to do, let's see, did I do this correctly? Yeah, 4 by 4. All right. And so that's another thing to keep in mind. You want to make sure your designer series paper is, you know, directional the way you want it, right? When you cut paper. So I did want the lines going down and stuff. So, all right, so let's stamp. I'm going to stamp this panel with You're Kind of a Big Deal. And again, I'm a tapper, and I just re-inked this, so hopefully it's not going to be crazy black. All right, and then we're using our Memento ink because we are going to be coloring and that kind of thing. So you need that kind of ink so that your colors don't run. So I'm going to do this over towards the side up here. And I'm doing this because I don't want to attach my burger and tray and everything and then screw it up by doing my stamping afterwards. So we got that done. And now we want to do this panel. So we're going to bring that one in. All right. And so we're going to do Time to Celebrate. I was glad that the storm moved through. I was kind of worried if it was going to be storming when I was trying to go live. I thought, oh no. All right. So you've got that one. I have 3 dead trees in my yard, and oh my gosh. Every time it storms until I get those cut down, I'm scared that they're going to crash onto my house, which would not be good. I don't need that right now. Yeah, it does make a difference, Jen. You know, you want to use an ink, like for sure when you're using a lot of liquidy type things, or when you're doing embossing and stuff, you want to use the Stays On black ink. And then this ink is good for, this is basically my go-to ink. All right, and so then I want to keep this in this upper corner because I'm going to be putting that designer series paper. Sweet. All right, so I think that's it for our panels. So let's take our designer series paper piece and we're going to attach that. And of course, I got to get rid of my fuzzies. All right. And I'm going to use liquid glue only because I just want to have some wiggle room. I'm using liquid glue more and more, you guys. I mean, I love our other tape runner tape and all that, but I don't know if it's just the cards I'm making lately or what, but yeah. Oh, I know, Jen. It's been a very windy spring. And 2 of my dead trees are right next to my house. I think what happened is one of our storms hit, and lightning actually struck, because I did actually, when we had a storm last summer, I think, it actually ripped one of my trees in half, and so I lost a great big limb. And I think it didn't look like it got burnt, but yeah, all 3 trees that are in a row died. And I've heard that if lightning strikes a tree, the roots, if they're tangled up underground, then they can all die. So I don't know if that's what happened or not. But all right, so to do this, we might as well do this now. So I'm going to take my linen. I can find out what I did with it. Oh my gosh. Linen, where are you? Ugh, you guys. I've got to be the queen of losing things. Seriously. Oh, here it is. All right. So I am going to take, and I'm just going to wrap this around like this. You could do a number of things to make it, you know, cute. You could wrap it around a couple times or whatever, but I'm just going to wrap it around once and I'm going to tape it. And I use just regular old tape, Scotch tape. Ugh, it's scary. It's so, you know, and oh my gosh, to take down trees too, Jen. Do you know how much money that's going to cost? Oh my God. Oh, Not looking forward to that. All right, so I'm going to just kind of make sure that they're even in the front. Looks like I might have stamped a little crooked too. Oh well, handmade, right? All right, so I'm just gonna throw this tape on the back and call it a day with that. And so I'm gonna, whoops, cut off a little extra here. All right. And then to do the little flags, I'll do that when we get to the part where we're going to do all our dies. So that takes care of our 3 panels. All right, and so we have our base. So now let's go to the part where we're going to start stamping and then die cutting. So we need, make sure this goes through. So we need a hamburger. And oh my gosh, you lost 4 trees, Jen. Yikes. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put that here. Sweet. And then we're going to do our French fries. And let's see, what else do we need? We need a pickle. And let's see, what do we got? All right, so that's the stamps we're using. And then I'm going to show you what I did for the olives and that kind of a thing. So the olives, when I did this at first, I punched them just out of white cardstock. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually color the paper and then just put the die on it. I'm going to probably do a second one in red, just to get that little center part. And this pepper is actually, I just did it on white cardstock as well, and then cut it out, and then I colored it, but this time I'm going to color the actual cardstock. So I'm going to take, let's see, so the colors I'm using, and now these match our actual colors. There's Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, Real Red, Garden Green, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, and Early Espresso. So I'm going to take, and before I forget, I think I'm going to use the Garden Green I think I used for our pepper. So I'm just going to and let me get the little pepper, make sure that I've colored a big enough area. Okay, I'm going to add some. You can certainly just use cardstock, green cardstock, but I don't know, I just thought this was kind of fun. And then I'm going to color an area for our little toothpick, and I'm going to make him this color, I guess. And let's see, make it a little wider. Okay, that should work. And let's see. Oh, and for the olives, then I want to do, here's the little die for the olives. So I'm just going to do, there you go. And then I think I'm going to take the real red and I'm just going to do just a small area. All right, so then I'm going to take my blender pen and I'm going to start merging some of these colors. Well, first, yeah. All right, so when you use a blender pen, you're going to want to get rid of any excess colors you have, right, that are still on it. So it's coming clean, so I know that it is clean. So I'm going to take and start. And what it does is gets rid of the lines and kind of moves the color around, blends it up. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe this off. It's clear again. This one I'm going to, and see how it softens the color, blends it up a little bit, and you lose some of that. But yet it still has character. You know, there's shading and stuff in there. Let's see. Let's do our red. And see how it just goes back to being clear. All right, so those are ready to go. And so now I'm going to take and color in my burgers. And so I'm going to do the hamburger. And you don't need to be very, you know, concise, you know, right? Because we're going to blend out these lines. So, you know, you just kind of get your color where you want it. And then let's see, this is crushed curry. And I'm going to use this for the cheese. Or no, this is sauce. I guess I'm going to use this for sauce. And this is cheese. Add a little bit of the orange. All right, and so then my bun, I'm going to use, it's going to be kind of a wheat color, wheat bun, pretzel bun maybe, kind of. You know, and I'm not great at coloring, you know. It's not like I know exactly how to color stuff. So I just mess around with it until I like it. I'm going to add all right, so I'm going to do the same. All right, so we have our lettuce. So it's really quick, right? Because you don't have to worry about being real precise because you're going to be smoothing out these colors. These are the pickles. And we got our tomatoes. Let's see. That's it for tomatoes. Oh, we got more lettuce down here. Another thing you could do is you cut this right here, and then you could add a second patty. You know, you can mess around with these. It's kind of fun. Let's see. And I think we're going to do our fries. I guess I'll use this. And I think I'm ready. And you wouldn't actually have to use a blender pen. I mean, if you really wanted to fill in all the color, you could just use them as is. All right, and our pickle, I think I'm going to do the candy apple green in the middle. And I'm going to put in some dark green around the edges. All right. So let's go in here, and so what this will do is blend and move the color around. So even if you have white space, it's going to get filled up. And if there's something you don't like, just add some more color. All right, and so here's our bun. So this really is a quick way to color. And because we used the Memento ink, we don't have to worry about the ink smearing. I would wait a little bit, you know, before you do. If you see that it is bleeding a little, it's just possible that, you know, the ink's not quite dry. Here's our sauce, mustard. And you just want to clean your brush in between colors. I see where I missed some sauce. I'm going to have to fill that in. Yes, you could go in and say I didn't like, I wanted this. You have to be a little gentle, I think, to add colors, only because the blender pen has a way of breaking down the paper just a little bit. So you just kind of want to, it's kind of compromise the fibers a little, so you just have to be a little more just aware of that, right? But yeah, you can totally put more ink on. Hi, Cindy. So glad you're here. All right, so I'm just gonna just smear this around. We're gonna blend these colors really good. So, does it look totally like bread? I don't know, guys. I'm not the best at coloring, so I just kind of play with it. But I think it works, right? I'm just gonna add a little more. You see how that just adds? It just blended in a little bit. All right, so we got our burger done. We just got to do our French fries here. I think I'm going to add a little brown to these fries. They're looking kind of yellow, huh? Uh-oh, I hear trouble walking down the hall. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Don't dare say his name. Oh, good. All right. You think I should add a little more brown to the fries? Just a little? I don't know. Okay. It looks like blemishes, I guess, more, right? Potatoes have blemishes. All right. I think for the pickle, I used the granny apple green, and then in the center, primarily all of it in granny apple green. And then for the outline, I kind of darkened it with the garden green. Yeah, so I like how, the blender pen, your paper, you'll notice, kind of gets a little warped, but that's okay. It doesn't affect, in fact, it probably it gives it even another layer of dimension. But it looks pretty good, right? So let's start putting our dies down. So I'm gonna line this up. And I use tape here. And let's see, we're going to tape down our little pepper. I don't know if I needed to actually tape this, but we will a little. And our toothpick, we're going to tape right in here. So by coloring on the cardstock, it just eliminates a step later. When I made this card, I actually colored like the olives and stuff and the peppers afterwards. So I thought, why not just do it this way? And then that way I can just, not have to worry about coloring. And then, let's see, we got our pickle somewhere. Isn't this just the cutest little set though? I mean, my son loves to barbecue, so I can't wait to give him this for I'm torn. He loves to fish too, so I'm torn between, the fishing dies and this barbecuing dies. All right, and then I will do the little olive pimento part. a second time around. And then we're just going to put our French fries in here. I know, Jen, doesn't this make, doesn't, I was thinking that when I was like looking at it, and it's like, dang, this stuff, it looks good. All right, and then for my knife, so I have foil. So I'm going to use this part for using in silver foil. And then for the knife handle itself, I'm using one of the wood pieces of the designer series paper. So I'll put those through. And then for the basket, I'm using the Misty Moonlight, the same as the card base. And so I'll run that through. So I think we're ready. Oh yeah. And then for the little flags, I used this paper only because it had a lot of the colors in my card already, right? I figured there's lots of green going on in here. And then, of course, the Misty Moonlight. So I chose this paper to kind of make the little flags. So I'm going to stick those in there too. So there's a lot of steps to this card, but it's actually not, it's not hard, you know? And it's kind of relaxing to me. All right, so I'm going to stick this here. And then I'm going to line these up. Like that, so that the majority of the color is the green, because that's what I'm actually looking for, right? So this is here. Okay. So I'm going to move all my stuff out of the way here and bring in my cutting machine. Okay. I still haven't cleaned my pad here. Still looks horrible, but it works, so I'm using it. All right, so I'm not gonna tape that down. And then I've got this one here. Gonna move that over. And put these right here. And use my take your pick tool and get some of these off here. Just pop these out. Perfect. That's those pieces. And now let's see. Oops. Now I'm going to take this, hopefully go through one swoop. Camping became so much more fun when these machines came out, right? You can do so many more things now. I love it. Here's our burger. Here's our fries. Okay, take that out. And then, look how cute this little toothpick is. Whoop! And it took off on me. And then here's our little olives. And so now I'm going to run my olive through again in the red part so I can have my pimento. Yep. All right, got my pickle. All right, just really quickly, I'm going to take these dies off of here so I can run through the pimento. All right, last thing we got to run through, and then we have our little knife. Let's see which one is the one with the, okay, this one. I think that's got the whole, and oh, good. I'm glad you're back, Cindy. All right, sweet. We got our little red pimento piece. All right, and then the only two things we have left to cut are our knife. I love any die sets that have kitchen utensils and that kind of thing. I think it's so fun. Especially when you can make them look so real by using, you know, your silver papers. It's perfect. All right. Here's our knife handle. And our knife. All right. Get this stuff all out of the way. Whoops. Okay. I got to get my runaway toothpick here. Took off on me. Okay, so we have our little red piece. Here's our olive. Here's our pickle. Here's our other olive. Our French fries, our pepper, our little flags, and our dish. All right, so let's find the card and let's bring this all back in here. So, what's really cool about these dies is there are slits in here. So, you can, now I don't know if this is what it's for, but this is how I used it. I put the French fries so that they were in here like this, like so. And I put our burger in here. I didn't want to hide a lot of it, but I did put that in here. And then we're going to put our pepper in the slot right here. All right, so this is kind of how we're going to build it. And then, yeah, and then in the top of the burger, there's another slit. And ideally, what they show in the catalog is you put your knife in here, in this little slit. Ugh, I don't want to bend the knife. Right, so it looks like you're going to cut your burger. But I decided to make it look kind of like a Bloody Mary. It's a Bloody Mary burger. So I built it on like that. So let's take our card and start assembling this. Oh, we've got, let's see, I have to remember which side is what. This is the 4 by 4 1/4. All right, so this one is going to fit. Oh, this one's going to fit here. And this one's going to fit here. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was making sure I was putting it in the right spot. So let's start by, we might as well do this while it's flat. So I'm just going to adhere these. Oh, thank you, Cindy. It was fun making this card. I'm kind of, you know, stretching myself a little bit. Sometimes I don't know that I have the imagination for some of these sets. So it's kind of been fun. It's making me just try things, right? All right, there's Happy Father's Day. And here's time to celebrate. So we can add our little flags. And the way I did the flags, I just did Stampin' the Stampin' Dots. And I just put them on the back and then made it so that I positioned them so that they were like attached to the actual string. So I'm going to try to do this as the middle. I'm not going to tack it down really all the way yet until I make sure I have these in the middle. Man, these glue dots are sticky. Oof, that's good, right? But they're hard. I wrestle with them sometimes. And let's see. They're too good at doing their job. All right. Does it look kind of even? I think the middle one needs to go over just a smidge. Oops. And I kind of just bent the string just a little bit. All right, we're going to add this. Yeah, exactly, Jen. They're going to stay. They're going to stay put. All right. And another reason I like putting the panels on before I fold the card is it's easier to line up each panel. Sometimes after you crease it, you might be off a little bit. So this way, at least they're very close. And again, I'm getting rid of my fuzzies. Oops. All right. There we go. Now it's to get this part together, right? So I think what I'm going to do, I originally put this so that it was right against the paper here because I thought it would be more secure. But then I put the dimensionals up here so that these kind of were up and away, right? And then, so I think I will do that again. But you can do it any way you'd like. And I'm just kind of centering it so that it looks good between the ends. And then, so I'm going to take some dimensionals. Ugh, I swear. All right, so this part I want down, so it's this side that I want to pop up a little more. All right, and so then, and I used my, it's kind of hard to get in here sometimes, so I just used my tool here. I don't want to hide a lot of the French fries, but I just want them so that they look like they're actually in the basket. Okay, and then I'll put that in later. Now for the toothpick, that's another deal here. Again, I was experimenting, of course. So I'm going to stick my toothpick in. And I'm going to put on my pick my olives. So this might look a little different. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put just a little smidgen of glue just to kind of keep this olive in place. Okay, and then I'm going to take my little red piece and I'm going to stick some glue on here. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. My red piece fell somewhere. Oh, gosh. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to stick this in here and hold it down so that it's actually going to stay. Just kind of got to be an engineer. Oh, darn. I got glue on my fingers now. All right. Woohoo! Now this little piece, this has a little tiny slit in it as well. So I'm going to use that. Oops. To put it on my stick, my toothpick. That's cute. Oh, phew. So there's my second olive. And then for my pickle, I stabbed it just to make it go through. So let me see, what can I use to stab it? I'm going to stab it in the back of this. So I just took my tool and I just poked a hole in here. And then just worked it around so that it got big enough to go on my stick. Whew, it worked! Yay! And then what I'll probably do is, let's see, let's put our hamburger in here in our little tray. And so what I might do then is put a glue dot. I gotta put some glue dots here. I might put a glue dot behind here just to keep it stable, because the hole's a little bit bigger. Or I'll put a dimensional behind it. All right. So on this side of the burger, I want some dimensionals. I'm also going to probably want to I was going to say put one on my stick here, but I think it's not going to be on the paper. Uh-oh. The brat boy is barking. All right, slip that in there and hopefully, yay! All right, I think I'm going to secure this with a small dimensional behind here. Woohoo! And there you guys have it. Super cute, right? Oh wait, we got to add our pepper. Oh, and our knife. We're not done yet. Oh my gosh. All right, so I think, should I put the pepper on the outside? I guess we'll do that. I'm going to put a small dimensional on the pepper. This also has a slit in it too, so you could add it onto a toothpick if you chose. And our knife we have to put together. So I'm just going to, this reminds me of the old school knives like that my mom and dad used to have, you know. They weren't all fancy with plastic and colors and stuff. They were all just wood. Dog, telling you. Sorry about that. Yes, Leo, he does want to play. I swear, this dog. Well, we almost made it through, you guys, without Mr. Barky Pants. Whoops. And then I'm just going to glue the back of this. I couldn't for the longest time figure out where to put this knife, but I just kind of decided on the table, kind of, this is the thing, I guess. And I think, let's see, I wonder if I'll put a little dimensional right here too. Leo, 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 Leo. At least I don't have my ginger here now, so, because they would feed off each other, let me tell you, it was not good. I'm sure my neighbors were probably very happy when they noticed Ginger gone. My dog's bad enough. All right. Cute, right? So there we have it. So it's a lot of little things, but you know, it's worth it. It's cute, and it's just as unique, right? Way better than any store-bought card, that's for sure. So I hope you like that. That was fun, right? I think it's such a cool card. I liked how it turned out. And again, you can also do this card, you know, with this layout too. You know, I just had to do it this way because of the tray stuff. So, right now, just so you know, there is an additional 10% off on all the bundles. So that's something that's worth it. That's 20% off of the bundles in total. So that's pretty cool. So that started today and it goes till the end of June. Also, it's 10% off on any of the cut and emboss machines, either the mini or the small. So that's pretty cool. That is also going to the end of the month. And if you're interested, the Bistro Burger Bundle, that's the number for that bundle. And yeah, so if you don't have a demonstrator and you want to shop with me, that's my website. And if you need to contact me at all, send me a message, or you can email me at thesunshinestamper@gmail.com. But with that, I hope you guys were inspired. I'm so happy and thankful that you guys are watching with me and putting up with my dog and my shenanigans. um, oh, that's so awesome. Um, the ink pads are out of stock. Oh my gosh. Somebody last week, and I apologize, they wanted the Bistro paper, and it is available. I'll go back and look at the notes to see who that was, because the Bistro paper is in stock. And so, yeah, but I know everything goes out of stock so fast, and stuff, but it's coming now. So, yeah. So, yeah, I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching and sharing. Um, yes, and so I will see you all next week, and I hope you have a great weekend, and hope you're doing something fun. But with that, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. Love you.